All right, so we'll get started. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna. So we keep prayers short so that we already had Kirtan. Hope you like that Kirtan, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I was saying, do you like that Kirtan we play in the beginning?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to share screen now and database. Which sloka we are going to read today? Anyone remembers?
Yeah,
we are too old to remember anything now.
2.54.
54. Thank you.
Was the last which we did?
Okay, next one. We are going, right? All right. Very powerful. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Okay. So, let me share another mod. Sometime I'm gonna just see. Let me know if you have better view on this one. So the one I'm sharing, like I have side by side, right? Does this look better or the just a bigger font of the screen?
Yeah, the
Just
text
bigger
has to be
this
highlighted.
one.
That would be better.
Okay. All right. So I will switch back to our regular. This good? Oh, this is a new mode. You can actually see me like on the screen. I didn't knew this one. Right? Looks like more like a room, right? Okay. So the way we do Haripriya Mataji's news. So we read one sloka each person, and then we repeat it if we have less people. Okay. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. All of you can repeat after me.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Prajahati yada kaman
Prajahati yada kaman
sarva partha manogatan
sarva partha manogatan
atmane eva atmana tushtha
Atmane avatmana tushta
Istris pragyans tadochyate.
Sthit pragya sadodhyate.
So we'll read translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Parth, when a man gives up all variety of desires for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. Okay? Purport. The Bhagavatam affirms that any person who is fully in Krishna consciousness or devotional service of the Lord has all good qualities of the great sages, whereas a person who is not so transcendently situated has no good qualification, because he is sure to be taking refuge in his own mental concoction. Consequently, it is rightly said herein that one has to give up all kind of sense desire manufactured by mental concoction. Artificially, such sense desire cannot be stopped. But if one is engaged in Krishna consciousness, then automatically sense desires subside without extraneous efforts. Therefore, one has to engage himself in Krishna consciousness without hesitation. For this devotional service will instantly help one onto the platform of transcendental consciousness. The highly developed soul always remains satisfied in himself by realizing himself as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. Such a transcendentally situated person has no sense desires resulting from petty materialism. Rather, he remains always happy in his natural position of eternal service, eternally serving the Supreme Lord. ममज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुपुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं शाग्रजातं सहगणललितां तां तं सजीवम् शाद्वैतं शावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् श्रीगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्तांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावने। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम
Hare Ram,
राम
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So let's review what did we discuss so far, so that you know where we are right now, especially new people who joining. Hare
Yeah,
Priya
this
Mat.
is good.
Yeah, just to, because whole week your mind is like, I don't know where, and my mind too,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry, actually, a continuous phone calls.
Never mind. That's why we are here today.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm gonna review quickly. So everybody should listen carefully and pay attention. I'm gonna ask question at the end. If you don't pay attention, then you will feel embarrassed, like, oh, why I don't know, right? So therefore, so here is the overall overview of the chapter 2, right? Chapter 2, to begin with, Arjuna's further doubt in surrendering Krishna, and then he surrendered to Krishna. That is sloka number 1 to 10. Then from 11 to 30 is the Jnana Yoga, the Sankhya Yoga, called Science of Soul. So then Krishna talks, what is the soul? How does it act? How does it, what is the constitution? What is the composition? Where it lives? All that location, everything. Then 31 to 38 is Karma Kanda, the prescribed duties. When Arjuna was refraining to do his duty as a Kshatriya, so Krishna gives logic and reasons why you should be doing your duty. From there we segue into Buddhi Yoga, called Niskama Karma Yoga, because Arjuna was saying that, even if I do my duty of Kshatriya, I will suffer reactions because I will be killing people. So then Krishna describes how can you kill but not get affected by the actions. And we discussed a lot. One of the famous example we discussed is the army personnel killing on the border. Is because working on the behalf of the government, they get awarded by killing, but the same person killing at home will be punished, right? And now in the last section, now we are working, today we are going to discuss what is the quality of, then Arjuna asked at the end. Last week, not this week, on Tuesday we discussed what are the symptoms of someone if they have this Niskam Karma Yoga, teacher. So that's where we are right now. And we are going to discuss that today. So let's move next. So I'm not going to go detail, but I'll definitely give you, because this is sloka talking about Bhagavan. Bhagavan Vacha. It doesn't say Krishna Vacha, Govinda Vacha, Madhusudana Vacha. Vyasadeva is saying Bhagavan Vacha. So there must be meaning of Bhagavan. What is the meaning of Bhagavan? Aisoryasya samagrasya virasya yasasya sriya Jnana vairagyasya chaiva tanam sannabhoga tingana sannabhaga iti gana. So in Vishnu Puran, Parasar Muni gives a definition of Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan? Because nowadays there are so many gods. Everybody says, okay, I'm God. People, or if they don't say, the followers consider them as a god. And it's very big risk, right? There's so many big influential people. You see reels, videos online. They all, at least their follower consider them as a god. Even if they don't, and they behave like that. They behave. That's why follower consider them, right? So, what are the qualifications? How you can test if someone is God or someone is dog? Okay, that's what Prabhupada says. I'm repeating same thing. How you can test that someone is God or a dog? Okay, let's see. Once you know someone is not a god, then definitely a dog. There is no other class in there. So 6 qualities. You can look at 6 qualities. I'm just revising, so I'm not gonna go detail. 6 qualities. Aishwarya, riches, strength, the power, right? Influence, wisdom, beauty, renunciation. So someone you will find in the world, someone may have all 6, though it's rare to find. But you may find someone having all, means very powerful, very rich, very influential, very intelligent, very beautiful, and renunciates. Maybe, yes, maybe you can find. But then it says all. Someone should have all the riches of the world. Someone should have biggest strength in the world. Someone should have a whole influence in the world. Someone is topmost intelligent person. Someone is like Miss Universe or Mr. Universe. And someone is renouncent also. Like even after possessing all 5, how can you renounce? Most of people cannot renounce. You would not find anyone. And if you find anyone, then you can consider that person as a god. Because that's a person. And not only that, it will be at all time, all places, or circumstance. This doesn't change. It's not like I was young and youth, I was rich, beautiful, and then when I get old, I became ugly. Like mouth is gone bad, the wrinkles. No, all place, all time, all circumstance. If someone has 6 qualities in full, at all time, place, circumstance, you can consider that person as a god. So next time, if somebody claims that, oh, this person is a god, then you can ask, oh, can you show me all 6 opulence at the highest level? And every time, maybe you were born like that, you are now right now like that, and you will remain like that. So if you can find, you can consider. And because why Krishna is God? Because Krishna displayed all this from birth itself. He comes like a 4-arm form, and then he switches to baby form. So you see his opulence in Dwaraka, right? His power in Govardhana hill lifting, killing all the demons, documented. Okay. And his knowledge, you're reading Bhagavad Gita, right? People from 4,000 years still trying to understand, still cannot understand much because it's so rich in knowledge. But still people are endeavoring because it is authoritative, perfect. Otherwise, why people across the world want to understand Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita has been translated in more than 200 international languages. Can you believe it? Which means everyone in the world interested. This means that Krishna has influence over everyone in the world. Even if they don't go to temple, they are reading his message, his knowledge. Renunciation. He gave everything and became a charioteer of the Arjuna, like a driver. But though he's a god, how come, right? If somebody is president and you ask them, oh, can you drive my car? They'll say, can you run away immediately from here? Right? So that's why Krishna is considered God. So I'm just refreshing your memory. And I'm switching quickly, going to today's topic. Sorry, I'm just going forward so that you can. So how an Iskam Karmyogi leads his life. So this is the sloka you just discussed. Arjuna asked questions. Before this sloka, what we read, Arjuna asked question, oh Krishna, Kesava, he called Kesava. You see, Sti praggasya ka bhasa samadhistasya Kesava, sthitidhi kim prabhaseta kimasita brajeta kim. Oh Arjuna, oh Krishna, Arjuna said, "O Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence?" What is transcendence? When you go above three modes: ignorance, passion, goodness. You go beyond it. It's called transcendence. So far, we don't have experience. But when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you can feel it. If you have not tried, try it. When you chant Hare Krishna mantra attentively for even one round, you will feel that you are out of this world. You're not part of this mesh. And then Arjuna asked him, how does he speak? Because then you need to know that, how does people speak? Because based on his speaking, you can know whether person is intelligent or a dull-headed, right? And then next is, what is the language? Because if you want to understand someone, you need to know the language. And then how does it sit? And then how does he walk? See, Arjuna is asking 1, 2, 3, 4 things, right? How does he speak? Who is he transcendental, beyond the modes? Whose consciousness, not the body, whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence, which means that your consciousness as a living entity and supreme consciousness, there is no difference. Basically, you are merging. Merging means you are kind of fully aligned. So, Arjuna is asking about changing the consciousness, not the body. Okay. So that's why, this ISKCON is called International Society for Krishna Consciousness, because what we are trying to do, you're reading Bhagavad Gita here to change your consciousness, because it's all things happening around you is influencing your consciousness, and you get affected by it, right? Consciously, unconsciously, you're always thinking. And therefore, you need to understand, if you have any of those symptoms or someone has these symptoms, how does they speak? What is their language? How do they sit? And how do they walk? Now, Krishna is going to describe in next slokas bhasya, symptoms of the person who is isthik prajna, self-control, right? So the first is, we'll read very soon, gives up desire for sense gratification. That's what, okay, we have read already. So gives up desire for sense gratification arise from the mind. Okay. Right. So that is 2.55. The next one, Krishna will say, describe how does they speak. How? They are not disturbed in due to happiness and distress or disrespect or respect. So basically how they react. Speaking means reacting. That's how he's react, right? And then sit or control his senses. How does he sit? So how they control their senses? They withdraw senses from sense object like a tortoise, right? That's how they do. And not only that, because you just withdraw the senses, you cannot do better. Because your senses, sometime, moment they get energy, they will pull out and again start doing that. So you have to develop a new taste. It's like when you try to do de-addiction, you have to change the object so that the person remain engaged but don't react. And how they walk, basically how they engage their senses, how they work with the world, is regulative principle of freedom. So you will learn a new law. It's called regulative principle of freedom. Generally, in freedom, you consider freedom means there is no regulation, but no, freedom under regulation, like a constitution of the country or India, you can consider. You have a constitution, it's a regulation, but under that you become free, right? So we'll learn all these things. Now, let's go to the sloka today. And who wants to read next? '56. Any volunteers to read this one?
Can I read, Babuji?
Yes, Hitalmat. Other people can raise your hand so that I know whom to call. It would be easy for me. So next one, if you want to read, you can raise your hand. I will help you with Sanskrit. All right, Mataji, go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Dukeshva nudvi gramanam sukheshu vigats sprudha vitaraga bhaya krodha stitha hi mrunitruchyate. One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst of the threefold miseries, or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called sage of steady mind. Sage of steady mind. Purport. The word Muni means the one who can agitate his mind into various ways of mental suspension without coming to factual conclusion. It is said that every Muni has different angle of vision, and unless a Muni differs from the other Muni, he cannot be called as Muni in the strict sense of term. Nasav रसिर यस्य मतं न भीनाम Mahabharata 1 Parna 313117. But Siddhi Dhir Muni, as mentioned here by Lord, is different from the ordinary Muni. The Sthitadhir Muni is always in Krishna consciousness, for he has exhausted all his business of creator's speculation. He is called Prasanta Nihasisa Mano Rata Tara, or one who surpasses the stage of mental speculations and has come to conclusion that Lord Shri Krishna or Vasudev is everything. Vasudev Saravam iti sa Mahatma su durlabha. He is called Muni fixed in mind. Such as fully Krishna conscious person is not at all disturbed by the onslaughts of the threefold miseries, for he accepts all miseries as mercy of Lord, thinking himself only worth of more trouble due to his past misdeeds, as he sees that his miseries by the grace of Lord are minimized into the lowest. Similarly, when he is happy, he gives credit to Lord, thinking himself unworthy of happiness. He realizes that it is due to only the God's grace that he is in such a comfortable condition and able to render better service to Lord. And for the service of Lord, he is always daring and active and not influenced by attachment or aversion. Attachment means accepting things of one's own sense gratification, and detachment is absence of such sensual attachment. But one fixed is Krishna conscious, has neither attachment nor detachment, because his life is detached with service of Lord, in the service of Lord. Consequently, he is not at all angry, even when his attempts are unsuccessful. Success or no success, a Krishna conscious person is always steady in his determination. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So everyone learned couple of things, right? Definition of a Muni. What is the meaning of Muni? So far you have read, Durvasa Muni, this Muni, right? So many things you may have heard in your life. So the Muni is something who is on the mental plane. They are trying to agitate their mind by thinking different things. So nowadays, what are the Munis? Where are the Munis? Do you find any Muni?
Very few.
Oh, there is a lot. I mean, maybe your neighbor. If you see the definition, the Muni means who can agitate his mind in various for mental speculation without coming to a factual conclusion. Actually, everyone is Muni, right? We never reach to any conclusion. We keep on thinking and we get agitated. If there is success, then also agitation. If there is a loss, then failure, then of course agitation. Isn't it? And especially if you watch news channels, the munis sit there. And then one munis try to defeat other, then only you become famous. Otherwise, if you agree to someone, then you are not famous. Because then what is the point of view? Your point of view is defeated. So it's better to oppose. That's how the things work in the world. If you can prove other person wrong, then you are right. This is how the world is working. The whole discussion in the world, even in family members, the point is to prove how you are wrong, not that I am right. So if I can prove you are wrong, then I'm right. Of course, that's how it is, right? Why is like that? Why? Because when we think something, we are thinking how I can get something out of this. What is mine? Like, I'm trying to look how I can get recognition, position, power, or how I can prove myself right. I'm the right. This is how this is how you can understand whether I'm in conditioning or I'm attached, and why they want to prove right themselves or wrong other person. They want to do both. It's okay. You can prove you're right, no problem. But then why you want to prove other person wrong? Because if they don't do that, then what is the point of their being right? Then their ego is not satisfied. Like, okay, I can't live with you. You are right. I'm also right now. Then who is the more bigger right? Right. So that's a problem. And that is why you see a lot of conflicts everywhere, differences, opinions, political countries. People are fighting war. Just a petty things, petty piece of land. They're killing millions of people right now in Jordan, in Lebanon. See, Israel. Yes, piece of land, maybe few hundred miles. Not even few hundred, like few miles. Like Jerusalem is not a big place, but it's so contested. It's like Ayodhya, no? And we did not fight war. We go to the court, we settle matters peacefully, and now everybody is happy. They got the land to build a mosque. We got a land to build a temple. Let's be happy. Because why India could do it, but the Middle East and in Europe is not able to do. Why? Because we are a little bit God fearing and God conscious. We have this little culture. So even if you are a Muslim or Christian in the land of India, then you still have that fear or etiquette, how you deal with differences, right? But in Middle East, because the people become radicalized, they become sinful, the nature has arranged now mass killing, war, famine, war, earthquake is the nature's way of killing, right? Why this happens? Because people are become muni. They want to prove other wrong and I'm right. So be careful. Okay, Muni means not a sage. Okay, Muni means not a right. Everyone is Muni actually. If you see the definition given here, everyone is Muni, but that's risky, right? So when you're learning Bhagavad Gita, you try to learn things and you apply. Like when you look at news and you can easily remember, oh, this is Muni Baba. No, they are giving gyan. Sabhi gyani hai, right? Everyone is knowledgeable. There is a movie called Yahan Sab Gyani hai, right? So so the other one, the Isthik Dhira Muni. Isthik Dhira Muni is what? That person also endeavoring to prove that they are right. I mean, we read spiritual, Bhagavad Gita and all. We are learning from Krishna, and we know that if source, my source of knowledge is correct, then I'm right. So they are not basing their right or wrong based on their own knowledge. They are basing on a third person authority, right? Which is in this case Krishna, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. And this Muni is called Muni fixed in mind. They are fixed. They are not flickering. They are not thinking, oh, how can I defeat this person? How can I defeat that person? I become bigger Muni than this person, right? I become bigger than this person. And therefore they can be happy, right? One of the best example I can give you, and it will relate, and then we'll go to next one. If you work in a big offices, in a big office, the most agitated person in that office would be the most manipulative person. You can call, some substance is manipulative. Like you can see that that person is trying to get faster in the career. They're trying to work hard, and they're ready to sabotage others person's credit just to get bigger. They will talk nicely. They will be very argumentative. They're very sharp intelligence. They will be very intelligent. But at the end, what they're trying to do, right? So that those are munis. But then there will be other extreme of person in the same office. Other extreme of person is very faithful to the company, kind of very nice. But the person is very peaceful because the person is just trying to focus on their task, their project. They are not interested what is going on next desk, what is gossip going on. Let me hear, and then I'll make some spices out of it. Those people are very peaceful, like very relaxed, peaceful, happy. Not only in office but their own personal life also. Because once you do that in office, you're going to repeat same thing in your house, your home. And these people who do that, you can understand their family life or their personal life to be terrible. They will have a divorce. They will have kids maybe going haywire because they don't have time for anyone. This is the difference. Why? Because this person who is trying to become money or very, very powerful or very influential, they don't even trust the company. They will even misuse the resources of the company, the owner, and try to get them maximum. And when things don't come, they will leave the company, go to the other company. They don't care. That's how they are. It's called passionate, very strongly passionate. But the other person, who is Tripagna, he trusts the company, trusts the boss, trusts the process, does his job, and happy. Right? Because ultimately, the other Pragna person, the peaceful person, knows what is the purpose, why I'm doing this job, to become happy. But the other person who is behaving crazy, the muni, doesn't know where you're going. I was talking to one relative, I must say, recently. And we were talking after several months, and I asked this question, So why you did not call from many months? And the person is saying, oh, I'm very busy. I said, okay, so why you are busy? And saying, oh, I don't have time for my family. I don't have time for my wife or husband. I don't have time for my kids. I don't have time for myself. Then I ask, for whom you have time for? And like, no, everybody is going forward. Everybody is growing in life. Everybody is going fast. I want to go. But then I ask, where do you want to go? Where everybody is going? There should be some destination where people are going. And like, person becomes so agitated that I don't want to talk to you. They just don't want to talk to you. Like you're too much. I said, what wrong I asked you? I just asked what you were saying. I asked where you want to go. How long in career you want to go? How much money you want? Like, okay, 5 crores, 10 crores, 1 million. There should be some limit. And then you decide your goals, your actions, right? But if you ask 99% of people, you ask this simple question, or you can ask yourself also, how much money I want in life? I asked this question a few years back to myself. How much money I want in my life? What is the maximum limit? Because there has to be limit. Otherwise, I'll go crazy. I would be never happy in my life. How much money I want? Then answer will come because Krishna is in your heart. He will tell you. And you can ask anyone, 99% time they have no answer. They don't know. They just don't know where you're going. You ask a young person, they will say, okay, you ask, it's very nice. What do you want to do in your life? It's like interview question. In next 5 years, what do you, and they're like, oh, I want to get this title, this promotion, I want to grow in career. But how much you want to grow in career? Don't know. Okay. Why? Because they don't have any philosophical basis of life. It's all numbers, this number, this number, this number, this number, this number. And then they're depressed. They're just depressed at some point because the brain is a machine. it kind of stops or doesn't work. It's like your computer. If you keep on switch it on for a few days, if it is a window, or a Mac for a few weeks, it will hang. You have to restart and repurpose. If you open 100 windows at you have 100 tabs on your Chrome or whatever browser you use, it will hang. It will say no response. I'm sorry, I can't deal with this. That's our brain. So if we give our brain so many things like Muni's, it will stop working. And that's why nowadays neurodegenerative disorders are very high. The mental health is very high. Problems are very high. Even the kids are going through depression. Can you imagine a 10-year kid is feeling depressed? Man, we're just playing. You're just playing age. Why you are depressed? Because of education, peer pressure. I didn't get this grade. My mother is not happy. Father is not happy. The next door person got this much. I didn't get. Why does the next door person got? The problem is not that I got this. The problem is that why other person got that much. That's the problem. That is the main problem. That's a money. Okay. But the Sthi Prajna is thinking, Sthi Prajna will think, okay, this is my fate. I tried my hard, but Krishna have the other plan. In future, he will give me the best. Then you are not comparing. Basically, you remove that 1 versus 2. The 2, you take it out. The 1, you remain there. Okay. And then next day, you are thinking, how I can be better next day. You're not comparing next door. You're comparing your own door to yourself. Okay, how I can do better? How I can do better? How I can do better? Right? So that's a formula. This is even a business formula. These are very, Bhagavad Gita is applied in so many places. So if you become a Stri Prajna, you can be a very powerful person, right? And now the last section here, you say, why he is able to do? Because he gives all the credit to God, to Krishna, whether it is happiness or distress. If he has a happiness, he thinks, oh, I'm not so qualified, but Krishna is so merciful giving me this. And when he gets distressed, he's thinking, I may have got more. Who knows? Krishna reduced it to less. God is very merciful to me. Then in either situation, the person is fixed and want to do what is pleasing to my boss. Then the boss someday becomes pleased. In this case, Krishna, in his spiritual life, Krishna, in your office boss, at some point, boss will realize, oh, this person is very nice. Why I'm behaving wrong to this person? Let me do right for him. And if you can please your boss, you don't have to please other people around, right? So that's why this person is not at all angry, whether failure or success, right? And not only that, a steady in determination that you focus on your job. That's what Krishna is asking Arjuna, right? Okay, next one. Who wants to read? Nobody raised the hand, right? No. Are you still thinking? Hansapriya Mataji, do you want to read? Hari Priya, sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Madhu want to read. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can read Sanskrit for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I think
Ye-
57. Yeah.
You can repeat, all of you can repeat. Ya sarvatran anivsneha
E sarvatrana bhi
Rama Aditya
tatat prapya subhasubham
Subhashubham
na vinandanti na dreshti
Nabhinandati Nadesti
tasya pragya pratisthita.
Tasya Pragya Pratishtha.
Hare Krishna. In the material world, one who is unaffected by various whatever the good or evil he may be obtain, neither praising it nor despising it, in firmly fixed in perfect knowledge, purpose. There is always some uphill in the material world, which may be good or evil. One who is not again agitated by such material upheavals, who is unaffected by good and evil, is to be understood to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one is in the material world, there is always the possibility of good and evil, because this world is full of duality. But one who is fixed on Krishna consciousness is not affected by the good and evil, because he is the simply concerned with Krishna, who is all good absolute. Such consciousness in Krishna situates one in perfect transcendental position called technically samadhi.
Thank you. You can read the next one also. Okay, I'll read for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
Yada sanharate chayam
Yada samharite sayam
kurmo anganiva sarvasaha
kurmo anganiva sarvasaha
indriyaarthevyas arthevyasya
Devasya
tasya prajna pratisthitaha.
Tasya
Pratishtata. Yeah, translation. One who is able to withdraw his sense from sense objects, as a tortoise draws its limbs within the shell. He is firmly fixed in perfect conscious purpose. The test of a yogi, devotee, or self-realized soul is that he is able to control the senses according to his plan. Most people, however, are servants of the sense and are thus directed by the dictation of the sense. That is answer to the question as to how the yogi is situated. The sense are compared to venomous serpents. They want to act very loosely and without restrictions. The yogi or the devotee must be very strong to control the serpents, like snake charmer. He never allows them to act independently. There are many injections in the revealed scriptures. Some of them are do nots, and some of are the do's. Unless one is able to follow the do's and the do nots, restricting oneself from sense enjoyment, it is not possible to be firmly fixed in Krishna consciousness. The best example set herein is the tortoise. The tortoise can act any moment wind up his sense and exhibit them again any time for particular purposes. Similarly, the sense of the Krishna consciousness persons are used only for some particular purpose in the service of the Lord, and are withdrawn otherwise. Withdrawn otherwise. Arjuna is being taught here to use his sense for the service of the Lord instead of for his own satisfaction. Keeping the senses always in the service of the Lord is the example set by the analogy of the tortoise, who keeps the sense within.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So very, very nice example you can learn here today. And this sloka, try to remember always, like when you're agitated or you're impelled to react situationally, then to remember tortoise, right? Now, the question is, why should we control, why should we control our senses? That is the question. Let's discuss that. Like, why? Because this is not being discussed much. In the world, the whole propaganda, the whole teaching, the whole education is maximize your sense use, right? That how you can do more with your senses. That's what they're trying to do. Even AI, that with AI, you can use our five hand at, you can work with both hand. There's so much going on. Like the whole propaganda the world is running is be passionate, engage your senses, maximum, work hard day and night, earn money, and then do what? Pay bill to the doctor for mental health. Become depressed and you cannot eat anything. The whole world is going in different direction. If you carefully read Bhagavad Gita and you sit down and just think where the world is going, where we are going, then like we don't know. It's like a roller coaster. You go, come back. Okay, eat, sleep, earn money. Eat, sleep, earn money. Produce babies. Eat, sleep, earn money. Produce babies. Even kill the babies. They don't want babies. They just have sex life and then that kill the babies. The baby, if you get pregnant, let's kill it because we don't want. That is what is happening, right? And the business people, there are some industrialists in the world, they understood this. This is how you earn money. They open factories, industries, and now everybody became a rat in those industries, and then just thinking, oh, how I can more get promotion. All right, you can get promotion. Go where? Where are you going? Then you get Parkinson and Alzheimer at the age of 50, and then your body stops working because we are overusing the senses. We are using eyes so much with the tongue, the mouth, the ears. Our brain become almost dead because it have no time to repair or do much. Okay, because we don't have time. Like other relative I was talking, they admit that they don't have time for themselves. They don't have time for themselves. Where is the time going? We should introspect ourselves. Where is my time going whole day? You make a list. Sometimes you just do accounting, made an Excel sheet. How many hours I'm spending where? And then analyze what is the purpose, why I'm spending this much time. And then you'll find out what not to do. Now the question of do's and don'ts. Actually, nobody likes control, right? Is anyone here likes to be controlled?
No, Prabhuji.
No, right? But we all know that we are being controlled, right? Even somebody's prime minister or president is being controlled, right? Everyone agrees? Everyone is being controlled. Correct? So, and especially, where does this concept of government came? The laws, the government. No, the government decide for a certain action, this is the do's, this is a don't. For example, if you want to drive on a road, there is a rule. You drive on the left, drive on the right, depending on which country you are. If you're in India, you drive on the other side of the road. If you're in the US, it's other side. Depending on which country, state you are, the rules changes and you have to follow it. You cannot logic out anything. You have to just follow the rules. And if you don't follow, you suffer. Isn't it? In your office, in your job, in your education, even as simple as maintaining your own body. If you breathe the wrong air, you will die. So there is a do's and don'ts in maintaining this body itself. You have to eat on certain time. You have to sleep certain amount of hours. You have to relax. You have to take bath. You have to maintain this body daily. There is a do's and don'ts set, right? And we are controlled by our mind. our senses. If I say, I looks at rasgulla, a sweet, and the eye says, oh, see, nice rasgulla. It goes to the mind, the mind, okay, rasgulla is very good. No, then it goes to the mind is connected with intelligence. Intelligence says, no, last time you ate a lot, you had a stomach problem. Okay, the same thing. Now you eat, but eat limited. Okay, eat. Then mind goes, orders hand. Go pick the rasgulla. Okay, hand goes, picks the rasgulla, puts into mouth. Mind orders tongue. Okay, taste it. Tell me how it is. Okay, it says very delicious, very tasty. Okay, it orders the tongue. Okay, chew it, tooth, move your tooth. You chew the rasgulla. After throat, actually there is no taste. Taste is in the tongue. Okay, but we eat everything for the tongue, which means not for the health. That's why the obesity problem, the metabolic disorders, the diabetes, the blood pressure. Why? Because we are eating for the tongue. Because after this, everything is paste. You prepare something very nice in a plate and you put in the mouth. It chewed becomes like a juice, and it goes in the belly, right? So all the presentation finish after this, after you put in the mouth, right? The taste, the texture, so coming back. So the mind will say again, oh, it was very tasty, get more. Intelligence will say, no, I told you not to eat much, but you are again going for it. The mind will say, what does it matter? Karte thoda, it's once in a month. Why you worry? Then, okay, there is a conflict now. Mind and intelligence. Mind and intelligence. If the mind is strong, the mind will win. The intelligence is strong. The intelligence will suppress it, the actions. And because our mind is strong, then it will say, okay, get more, get more, get more, get more. We again get sick. Why? Because we did not follow the do's and don'ts of maintaining this body itself. Forget about other things, just this body. So it is important that we should have do's in life and don'ts in life. Very clear. There should not be any confusion. I know this situation, I will change this. Then I become Muni. If I am trying to change as per my desire, then what I'm becoming? I'm concocting new ideas, new things, because I'm not following the rules and regulations. But who sets these rules and regulations? Whom you can follow? But the problem is, in this world, nobody is perfect. Everybody will decide do's and don'ts based on their understanding and experience. Also, whom you can trust. And that is why this Vedic knowledge comes. Because this has been tested time, and it comes from Krishna, the God, the most intelligent. Why? Because the Bhagavad Gita is a proof. What happened? Okay, I'll come in 10 minutes. 10 minutes में आ रहा हूँ. ठीक है? Thank you. Thank you. Bye. So we should have do's and don'ts, that I will not do this in my life ever. I will do this in my life forever. And you can easily set. Why? Because it's already set, tested, tried. Millions of years of history we have in Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. But unfortunately, we are not even exposed to it in our life. Because there is no institution, no department, nobody who wants to talk. Moment you talk, they'll say, oh, it is ritual. Forget about ritual. Let's talk about philosophy. Let's talk about knowledge. Controlling the senses, is it a ritual? It is everyone applied, whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, religion. This principle, control your senses. Don't do this, don't do this. What's wrong? But people are more interested in ritual thing. You do this, you do that way, you do this way, that way, that way. No, let's first decide what should be done, right? But nobody will talk about that. No, that's not. No, my religion is bigger than yours. Your religion is useless. Mine is better. That is Muni mentality, criticism, hating. Why? Because they're not in a fixed mind. Their mind is disturbed. They go on the news channel and prove which religion is better than other. The nonsense going on, right? Because even you don't know the religion, that's why you're talking like that, right? So this is a unfortunate situation, but we are so blessed and fortunate that we have this opportunity to learn like a tortoise, right? Last example, I'll give you a very interesting story about the controlling the senses and why you should control it, right? And you have to control always. It's not that you control one moment and you are done. Various story. There was a snake charmer. Okay. The snake charmer, they catch snakes everywhere. He got a poisonous snake. And generally, what snake charmers do, they take out the poisonous teeth. They take out the poisonous gland, the poison where is stored in the mouth of the snake. They take it out and then they sell it for display, because then the snakes be used in fair or somewhere for kids playing, and people go take selfie with the snake, right? Showing, oh, this is cobra, but there is no teeth cobra has now, right? So the charmer used to do that regularly. One day, after so many years of his experience, he decided, he got a snake. He decided he wanted to try something else. He said, why I take every time trouble taking out the teeth of the snake? No, this time I'm going to put this snake in a bag and tie it tightly. I'm going to keep this snake hungry. I will not feed him. The snake don't get feed, cannot produce the venom, because for the venom you need, it will get it will digested, that the venom will finish in the mouth. And he was thinking, I'll make this snake fast, and but thereby which I'll make him poisonless, because that's how it works. So he did that. He put the snake, the poisonous cobra, in a bag, throw it somewhere in the house, and then he came back after few months just to see how is the snake doing. Is this now? And he was confident now by this month he's done. Like, you don't have any energy. So generally they take protection. He opened the bag. They take protection. Why? Because you never know. But he was so expert and so proud of his capability of controlling the snake, like a yogi or muni. He opened the bag, put his hand into the bag just to take out the snake. Now just to check. And the moment he put hand in the bag, the snake bit immediately. Why? Because snake was agitated because of hunger. If you don't get food, your mind get agitated, super agitated. And this, just by touch of the poisonous cobra, the snake charmer was dead. Now, what is the lesson? What is lesson for us? However you control your senses, however strong. Suppose controlling senses is very hard, first of all. Arjuna will tell that it is more worse than the controlling a wind. You can control the air, but you cannot control your senses. This is what Arjuna is saying. And we should accept it, because we know, if people can control senses, there will be no diabetes, because then you can regulate your food. There will be no disease in your life, because all this is because of sense uncontrolled. We are not like a tortoise. And that's why all mental health problems, social media addiction, all is because of uncontrolled senses. We cannot decide how many hours I will use phone, how many hours I will use social media, when I will sleep, when I'll get up. No pattern in life, no pattern, no regulation, no do's, no don'ts. And that is why the tortoise example is very important. You see the tortoise sitting beside the lake or river. They open their they take out their the body, the legs or hand, only for that amount of time, how much they have to grab something. Otherwise they are like inside in a cell, right? We should be also doing that. We should interact with the world, but as much as needed, not like as maximum as I can do. Otherwise we'll get mental health problem, so many challenge, and then the last, I would not know where I'm going, which most of time we should think about couple of things in life. Okay, so what is purpose of my life? Why I'm working so hard, right? We should have answer. If I don't have answer, you should seek to get answer. How much money I want in life? How much money? What is enough for me, right? You know, what is my goal of life? What kind of house I want? This should be clear. It's not that if I get more money, I will do more. If I get more money, I'll do more. There is no end. I'm sorry. Because you would never be satisfied, because even Elon Musk is not satisfied. The billionaire. So how you can think he will be satisfied? Unless you have self goal, And that's what you get. That is all this, even to think about, you get from Bhagavad Gita or scriptural knowledge. Outside, nobody even talks. If you go and ask someone how much money you want, they'll say, "Are you gone mad? Who knows how much? You can give me maximum. Oh, I don't mind." But no, it's not. I'm sorry, sir. You are mad because you don't know how much you want. It's like if I go to Hetal Mataji and I say, "Mataji, I want chapati," and then she will assume, okay, he may want 5 chapati. But if she asks me, "Okay, Purushottam Prabhu, how many chapati you want?" I said, "I don't know." You're like, "Are you gone mad? You should tell me how much you want. Otherwise, how I'm gonna decide how much he'll give you, right?"
Absolutely.
So so in every sphere of life, we should have numbers, but we don't. And we should teach our kids also, like, okay, you want to get this, but how much? How long? Where? Otherwise, there is no introspection. It's all rat race. Rats are running. Everybody's running, right? And they're killing each other, depression, mental health. And at the end, suicide. The worst you can do to yourself is to kill yourself. And they don't know they cannot kill themselves because you are not that body, you are a soul. So you have to suffer in a new body where you will not have any facility. Actually, when you kill yourself, you don't get a body, because Krishna thinks you don't want the body, you become a ghost, essentially, because you are trying to destroy your body. So you become a body with subtle body, mind, intelligence, ego, no senses. So you are more agitated because you cannot enjoy. In your mind, you're still thinking, I want to do this, but you don't have senses and body to act. You don't. It's like you have a software, but no hardware to install and run. So the software will be frustrated, right? Like, where are you gonna execute? And if you have everything, but you don't have a power connection, then you're like, what I'm gonna do with this box? Like, I have a software here, I have a hardware here, but I don't have a power. Even if you have a power, but you have no internet connection, which is spiritual knowledge. The yoga, bhakti yoga is internet connection. You need to download things. You need to connect to the external world. How you connect? You need internet. Internet is not cheap. You have to pay bills, right? And this is a mundane example I'm giving you, very familiar, but we need all of it. We need this body. We need these senses, even to practice spirituality. You need that, right? So therefore, I think it's time to end. I think I know people are waiting for dinner. So let me see next sloka. If it is small, we'll cover in 5 minutes. Okay, we can cover because Nagrani Mataji wants to read. Okay, and I know she reads fast. Can do it. I'll share the screen, Mataji, quickly, and we can read last one, and then we'll end the session there.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Vidyamini vardante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopasya param drusyani vardate. Though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense object remains. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Unless one is transcendently situated, it is not possible to cease from sense enjoyment. The process of restriction from sense enjoyment by rules and regulations is something like restricting a deceased person from certain types of eatables. The patient, however, neither likes such restrictions nor loses his taste for eatables. Similarly, sense restrictions by some spiritual process like Ashtanga Yoga in the matter of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, etc. is recommended for less intelligent persons who have no better knowledge. But one who has tasted the beauty of the Supreme Lord Krishna in the course of his advancement in Krishna consciousness no longer has taste for dead material things. Therefore, restrictions are there for the less intelligent neophytes in the spiritual advancement of life. But such restrictions are only good until one actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. I'll read this translation again, and we already discussed a lot. So that this Krishna is saying here, Visaya nivartante niraharasya dehina raso varjyam raso pasya param drishtva nivartate. Thus, the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment. So you can restrict your snake, like the example I gave you, the snake charmer. So you can control, like this is the problem. People, alcohol addiction and so many things. You know that it is so hard to change the drug addiction, alcohol, social media. It's very hard. Why? Because even you give up for a few months or year, the moment you will touch again, it will grab you from the same place. It will take you so deep into the same where we were, right? The taste for sense object remains. So you can externally restrict, but how you can change, transform, that we are not taught. How can transform the whole taste, right? But seizing such engagement by experiencing higher taste. This is the formula. Okay. Why this is formula? Like for example, if somebody likes eating meat, okay, somebody likes eating meat. Now, why they like? First of all, you need to understand why they like eating meat, because they like the taste. They like the taste, right? Now, how you can change? How you can change? You provide them more palatable dishes, more tasty things than meat. That's the only way. The tongue don't mind. Tongue job is eating. They like meat because they have never tasted anything better than meat. So if you supply them something better than meat, they will change it. But if you tell them don't eat meat, how long they will be able to avoid? 1 week, 2 week, a month, and then next day they will eat 1 kg, right? So if you're trying to change some habit, for example, you have a habit of social media or internet or any habit in your life, first thing you should ask, what is alternative? Then you try to change. Changing alone is not going to help. You need to give a better engagement, higher engagement. Like if you like reading, if you like in before sleep, if you like watching phone or just browsing, now your eyes function is to watch the screen, right? Read something. You like reading, watching things, right? Now how you can change? You can read books. Because the eyes function is to read. Eyes doesn't say you to I will look at the phone but not the books. Eye is not going to oppose. Okay. It's how you present. It's like the kids also. Suppose kids like doing certain things and which is not good for them, it, then you offer them alternative. That's how you do that. That's how you can make them do how you want to do it, right? So that's a learning. There is a lot of learning, but the summary is, in summary, the message is Krishna is telling that we should control our senses by following do's and don'ts in every sphere of life, and then we should act on the order of higher authority, not by my own mental concoction. Higher authority, like we work in office, we follow the rules. We work for, anywhere in life, you are following the rule. Likewise, in life also, we should follow the rule from Bhagavad Gita, Krishna giving a rule. And then if you want to change your question would be, okay, I have this bad problem, I want to change. Then find a better alternative, the higher than that, so that your senses get engaged and they like it, right? That's how you change alcohol addiction and all. Slowly you get better facility. You understand why people drink, what is the root cause of drinking. This is whole psychiatric science, and the whole thing is to understand behavior of people and their choices and offer them better, so that they can be peaceful, happy. Okay. All right. So any question, comments? If anyone wants to leave, you can leave. If anybody has question, comment, we'll stay for another 5 minutes. Hare Krishna. All goes to Prabhupada. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Leaving that
Yeah.
habits, they have to be first they have to be ready, no Prabhuji. Otherwise, it's not possible to leave the bad habits.
Nobody is ready. Nobody will be ready ever. I can tell you this. This is
Then how to change
This is
their mind?
myth. Exactly.
Some people are
Actually,
badly addicted, Prabhuji.
I'll tell you, yes. Actually, all of us are addicted some or other way in something.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask the next person you're saying addicted, the person will say, you are also addicted reading Bhagavad Gita. You do puja every day. This is addiction. This is craziness. You gone mad. What I can do? They also think we are addicted. We need to understand that. Okay. Now, first we need to know, we all know how did they get into that habit? Slowly, right? They started somewhere zero. Slowly. From the kid, no kid is born with a bad habit. Tell me, a baby is born and has a bad habit. No, we acquired here. We acquired here. It's acquired. All bad habits are acquired. Okay? No kid is born bad. The God never created a defective product. Okay. It's all perfect. Everyone is perfectly born. Okay, you can say, okay, genetic problem, defects, but consciousness, most of time they are okay. Or it may be karmas if they are in bad in mind also. But they got basically the point is that they got the bad habit slowly. So when they want to give up the bad habit, they have to do slowly. So how you introduce? Because they will never be ready. If you think there will be time, they will say, okay, Nagrani Mantaji, I'm coming today, I'm ready. Let's do this. They will never do it. They will never ever do it. They will not even come to you and say, I need help. No. I'll give you. Give me 2 minutes, Konami. 2 minutes, okay? So the way to do it, whatever habit they have, whether meat eating, drinking, whatever, offer them alternative. Let them do what they're doing. Don't disturb them. Okay, Krishna will say in Bhagavad Gita, don't agitate the mind of people who are so much engrossed in what they want to do, because they will not listen even. They will become violent. Okay? So the best is you offer them alternative. What you can offer? If it is food related thing, you offer them prasadam. You offer them prasadam. It will act. It will act, take time. It will act. And be tolerant. You're anyway tolerating. You have no choice but tolerate. But then you offer them alternative. Offer them nice prasadam, food. Or if the kids, offer them better engagement in terms of reading, listening, playing, game, whatever they want to do. Okay. That's the only Mataji. Krishna is saying, offer higher alternative. Now we have to first of find what is higher alternative, how to offer it. And once you know that, then you can offer it, right? So that's very personal discussion. We can do separate if you want to, but that's the kind of short answer.
Yeah, final small doubt, Prabhuji. The yogi and muni, is both are same or different? The first yogi or muni, both are same or different?
Muni means, is knowledge. Okay, it's like mental
Who is able
concoction.
to control? Okay.
Concoction. Like they're not controlling. The muni means just concocting, like philosopher, intellectuals, all these munis. Okay. Now, yogi means Ashtanga yoga. They are trying to achieve some mystic power by controlling the breathe, controlling the exercise, the chakras and all. Those are yogis. But these are jnanis. The muni are the jnanis. They are like trying to speculate. Now, Sthit Pragya Muni he knows what is the goal. These muni don't know the goal. These yogis don't know where they want to go. But they still know, this is created. I'm created like this. No, I have to act on this. This is my goal. This is where I want to go. And this is the process of going. But these munis and yogis are trying to find all of that. They don't know where they're going. What is the process of going? How to go for it? What is the ultimate end? Nothing. So they keep on concocting.
Okay. Thank you, please. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You may leave.
Yeah, let's end here. Yeah, I have to also go. So thank you everyone for joining. And thank you, Haripriya Mataji. Come again. Hare Krishna. All praise to Prabhupada. Vancha kalpataruvasya cha kripa sindhivyo cha patitanam pavanivyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advait Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram